Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs, and this is what if not. Well, before I start, I was meant to say that this is a new what if, and I'm starting this because what if Naruto and Dark is coming to an end, and I'm pretty sure one or two more parts will end it, and I'm starting a new what if today, so we can straight away have a new series going on, and as soon as I finish one other series, I will revamp an old series that I made in the channel before. It will be what if Naruto joined the Akatsuki, but I will revamp it and rename it into what if Obito adopted Naruto. So yeah, this is what if Naruto got banished from the village. A lot of people have been asking me for this, and a lot of people have asked me to do a lot of Wattpad stories, but I don't really like taking Wattpad stories. I don't really read them myself, but I actually really enjoyed this one. I actually went ahead and read it myself. It was actually Naruto the Golden Fox, and I don't want to copy it. I will make it into my own version, but something I do want to do is the beginning will be pretty much the similar, and yeah, I know the anime king did change the name as well, but I'm sorry if you guys think I'm copying him. I'm not. I'm just trying to do what the fans want, and yeah. So this is part one, and because I've been trying to think of a good way to start off, and yeah, I couldn't find any way, and so let's start. Naruto actually comes back from the attack. Well, the retrieval of Sasuke, the Sasuke retrieval mission, and he failed, and he was actually summoned straight away to the council office, not the Hokage office, actually the council, and the whole council actually came together and decided to ban Naruto for failing the mission and nearly getting all his teammates killed, even though he wasn't the one in charge. And they only did this because Danzo thought of actually banning Naruto, and once he's banned, he can actually attack him and take the Nine Tails for himself and use it as a weapon. But of course, that's not gonna work because plot armor. So Naruto actually goes to them. He's all bandaged up, and he's like, "Oh, hello there." And Shikamaru's dad, Choji's dad, and those two are pretty pissed off at them. Even those two are pretty pissed off at the whole council, even the Hokage, because the Hokage really didn't do much. Tsunade really didn't do much. She didn't have an argument against them, and she did try to convince them, but of course, most of the council said no. And Danzo began by saying, "Naruto Uzumaki, you will be banished from the village from today onwards. You will pack your things up and you will leave, and this has been decided by majority votes." And Naruto's like, "May I know who voted for me to get out of the village?" And Naruto, and then they show everyone puts up their hand, and the only ones he sees that didn't vote for Naruto to get banished was Tsunade, Shikamaru's dad, and Choji's dad. Also Ino's dad, because Ino's dad didn't really hate Naruto. And yeah, so those four didn't vote, while the rest actually did. Well, I think Shino's dad was there too, so I believe that Shino's dad wouldn't. So 5 against, I'll say, another 15 people voted that he should. Even Danzo and the others did. So Naruto then was that, "Alright, I'll pack my stuff up and I'll be going today." And they're like, "You have until 7 p.m. today to get out of the village." And Naruto's like, "Can I not have one more week? Can you not see I'm injured?" And they're like, "It is your own fault for being too weak, Naruto." And Naruto then is like, "If you were so strong, why didn't you go yourself, you pricks?" And just walks off, and he kind of has a tear in his eye, and Tsunade actually can see that Naruto was hurt by this, and that she couldn't really do much because of the votes. And even though she's the Hokage, she can try to put up an argument, but of course Danzo countered all her arguments, and Danzo had a plan in his head. So when Danzo wants something, he gets something. And if Jiraiya knew about this, Jiraiya would, if Jiraiya was in the council, he'll definitely convince them about not banishing Naruto, because Jiraiya would do anything, and he would tell them that he will go against the village himself, and he will even join the forces with Orochimaru if if push comes to shove, to destroy the village, and then they'll get scared. But Jiraiya didn't know about this. He was actually away from the village, and he was coming back tonight around like 5, and once he came back, Naruto, once he went back home, he on the way he actually saw Sakura and Hinata. So Naruto actually ran up to them and said, "Hey Sakura, I'm really sorry." And Sakura slapped him in the face, saying, "Get out from my way, you demon! You couldn't even get Sasuke back. It's all because of you. You were weak. You promised me, but you couldn't keep your promise. Some ninja way you have, never to go back on my word, never to let down my friends. What a liar! You promised me, Naruto. You're just a liar." And then says, "You should have left the village, not Sasuke. You're the weak one. Sasuke should have stayed. It's because of you." And actually says, "Sakura, that's you shouldn't say that. Naruto tried his best." And then Hinata actually got pissed off at Sakura, saying, "If you were so strong, why didn't you go yourself? You ungrateful piece of crap." Yeah, it's Hinata's actually pissed, and Naruto's just there saddened, because he was gonna tell them sorry and then that he has to leave, but now he can see that Sakura hates him, his own teammate, the one who asked him to go and find Sasuke and bring him back. But not only was she ungrateful, but she told him to go away, and she told him that he should have left. And Naruto was like, "Alright then, I'll leave before anyone can even see me." And Naruto did hear that Hinata and did try to make Sakura say sorry, but Sakura just ran off, and them to apologize to Naruto, saying that she's just a bit out of her mind right now because Sasuke left, and he's like, no problem. Anyway, I gotta go. And he says thank you to both of them, and says, "I wish I could stay for longer, but I guess this village doesn't want me, and I believe they don't even deserve me. So I'll be leaving by tonight at 7. Anyways, goodbye, guys." And Hinata was actually like, "Wait, what? Wait, what?" And then Ino's like, "Wait, Naruto, explain, please." And Naruto's like, "Well, you see," and he explains everything to them, and they're like, "Wait, that's not fair." And Naruto's like, "Well, I mean, I respect your father and Shikamaru and Choji's that they voted for me to stay, and also Granny Tsunade, and also Shino's, but of course majority voted for me to get banished, so I'm sorry." And Hinata was like, "Even my father?" And Naruto's like, "Unfortunately, but I don't blame you, Hinata. There's no problem. You don't have to get angry at your father. It's not his fault. I mean, I don't think it's his fault." And Hinata knows that her father hates Naruto for some reason. She doesn't know about why, but she actually got pissed off, and she's like, "How dare he?" And she actually went back home to actually go and shout at him, "Why did he vote for Naruto to get out?" And right now it's 12 p.m. So Naruto only has like how many more hours? 7 to get out. So Naruto packs his stuff. His arm is hurting. It was all bandaged up. Only his left arm, his weak arm, was actually working. So he actually put everything, because even though the Nine Tails healed him, he was still tired and exhausted. Also, his injuries were real bad. The Nine Tails stopped the bleeding and everything, but he didn't heal the bones or anything like that. After the clash, Naruto was just there, healed up, just with the blood loss, so he wouldn't die out of blood loss, but he was still in pain. So Naruto couldn't really pick up anything that he really needed. He only took like a bowl, like a few bowls of instant ramen, and he's like, "Alright, time to go." And he was really sad that he couldn't say anything to the others, but he really don't want them to get pissed off at their parents and at the village, and them starting to hate it, because Naruto doesn't hate the village right now. He will start hating the village over time, but right now he doesn't think it's the villagers' fault, but he thinks it's the council. So he only hates the council members, not their children or anything, just them. And he's actually walking past with a bag with his clothes, with a change of clothes, underwear, and everything, and a bit of food. And he walks past Ichiraku Ramen, and the old man's like, "Oh, Naruto, come in here, have a bowl of ramen." And Naruto's like, "I'm sorry, I don't have the time. I have to leave." And Ichiraku's like, "Come in here, Naruto. What's happening?" And his daughter comes out and says, "Hey, Naruto, what's that bag for?" And Naruto explains and says that he has to leave by 7, and it's the last time he gets to see them for the foreseeable future. Bro, I'm butchering so many words today. Girl, world, slurp, thermometer. If you were thermometer, if you were in my live stream, I'm butchering so many freaking words that's pissing the shit out of me. So yeah, just saying, this story will be like and before I continue, I know I'm kind of rambling now, but I should explain this at the beginning. The actual Naruto the Golden Fox will be like a template for me. You know how sometimes you have a template to draw on, and sometimes you have something to see and you copy it down. Like imagine on the whiteboard there's a picture of a tree, and you try to draw the tree on a blank piece of paper. So that's like the template. Yeah, I'm gonna use that as a template and change the facts and keep it a bit similar. Like the plot will be pretty similar, but the story will be real different. There won't be some kind of gravity seal bullshit that I really didn't like, because it was just bullshit, first of all. And how does a samurai technique beat the Mangekyo Sharingan? Like, shut the fuck up, please. Like, that's what I really hated about the Naruto the Golden Fox. But I rate the guy that made it. I rate him so much. He's amazing. His imagination must have ran wild when he was writing this. But amazing story overall. Everything on point. I never really finished the story, so the ending might be different if you guys already read the whole thing. But I rate the dude. He's an amazing story. I'm not sure who he was. I don't remember. But if you guys know, just respect him, bro. I respect him for doing this, because he made my life much easier than instead of thinking some random bullshit. And yeah, so sorry if I'm swearing a bit more, because I'm kind of pissed off that not you guys, not the live stream, or anything like that. Personal reasons. Bullshit, man. Some bullshit. Fuck's sake. Anyway, I don't want to keep swearing. So Naruto told them, and Ichiraku's like, if you really have to leave, here, this is on the house. And Naruto's like, thank you, but I don't want to be in debt with anyone in the village before I leave. I really don't, in case I never get to pay it back. And Ichiraku's like, Naruto, you're having this, or you're not going anywhere. And Naruto's like, alright. And just saying, now it's like 3 p.m. Naruto did take a while. Since he had a broken arm, no one was really helping him. And at this time, Naruto was actually called up to the Hokage office. And Naruto's like, what? I'm leaving already. What else do you guys want? And then Naruto remembers that the Hokage Tsunade really was the one who voted against him being banished. And he's like, oh, alright. So he eats up real quick and says goodbye. And Ichiraku actually sheds a tear with his daughter and says, I hope you come back one day. And they're actually pissed off and they want to riot. And they're going to pretty much riot with only the people who liked Naruto and who believed he was actually a good ninja. But most of the villagers hate Naruto still, because the villagers, most of the villagers, not all the villagers yet, most of the villagers started acknowledging Naruto after he came to save the village from Pain. Even though it was already destroyed, they were grateful that he saved them, because if Pain found out that most of them were alive, he'd just do it again. And yeah, GG, rip. And Naruto, to be honest, I rate that Naruto did it, but some people weren't even grateful, which kind of pissed me off. And if I were Naruto, I'd just kill them on the spot first of all. But Naruto's character ain't like that. So Naruto really doesn't want to blame anyone except for the Leaf Elders and everything. And Naruto understands why Itachi Uchiha left. He probably must have been because of the Leaf Elders, and because even if he massacred the clan, there must have been a reason behind it. And he vowed that he would find something against Danzo, and he vowed that he will kill anyone that comes in his way of avenging himself. And Kurama is actually fuming. He is fuming. He is beyond pissed. He is royally pissed. He's like, what the fuck is this? Why? Nah, I hate the brat, but nah, bullshit. Yeah, sorry if I'm swearing, like, bro, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm putting my anger into this video, so yeah, sorry guys. Kurama's like, no, I really want, if I was out right now, even I think this is injustice, I'd kill them all by myself, I'd eat them alive. And yeah, so Kurama was actually getting pissed off, and Naruto's like, what do you want? And he can actually feel the anger building up inside of him, and he's like, this is not mine, this is the Naruto's. And then he actually meditates while walking. Yes, he can do that because plot armor. So Naruto's like, just what do you want? Why are you getting so pissed? Whoa, hey, did you just get bigger or did you just get redder? Because like Kurama was fuming. He's like, these damn humans, they even treat their own flesh and bone, their own brother, their own villager, the one who protected them from the One Tails, like this? What pricks? And he's like, Naruto's Maki, I do not like you, but after seeing the injustice that happened to you, I do not think I should be against you, but I believe I should be against this damn village. I'll kill every single one of you every single one of them for you. Just let me use your body for a few minutes, and I'll destroy this village in less. I'll destroy this village before they can even blink. And Naruto's like, there's no need. No need. Thank you though. I wonder if you think this is injustice, why did you try to kill everyone 12 years ago? And Kurama's like, yeah, I don't think you want to know that. You just get more angry at your own villagers and at the Uchiha clan. And Naruto's like, what just happened? And then he's like, well, when your mother was giving birth to you, and he gives the whole history lesson. And Naruto was listening to this while he was walking to the tower, and I'll say it took him like 3 minutes. And yeah, in that 2 minutes, Kurama explained everything in the most simple way, because Naruto ain't the fucking smart one, he's the dumb one here. And sorry guys, I really don't like swearing anymore, but it just doesn't feel right to me. I haven't been swearing for 2 weeks, and it just doesn't feel right to me. Okay. Oh my god, I've been freaking butchering every word. Occasionally, I do swear. I did swear occasionally this past 2 weeks, but not as much as I used to. And it feels weird now to swear just out of nowhere, because like, fuck, you know. So, Naruto actually says, you're actually pretty good, you know. I mean, you didn't really attack it, did you? It was the masked man. And Kurama's like, yeah, I'm sorry though. I'm the one who killed your parents. And Kurama was actually becoming more light-hearted towards Naruto, because he can see that Naruto is going through the same injustice that all the tail beasts went through over the years, or in just a day after him getting injured, trying to bring back someone who is an asset to the village, someone who would be overpowered for the village. And the person who actually asked him to bring him back was being ungrateful. And Kurama can see that Naruto was hurt, and he's like, this kid doesn't deserve this. I might hate humans, but this is just unfair. I mean, I've tolerated people mistreating him for 12 years, but banishing him for this? What dickheads. And Kurama's like, here, give me your fist. And Naruto's like, before we do this, can I know your name? And Kurama smiles and says, my name is Kurama, Naruto. And Naruto's like, hey, you didn't call me brat. And fist bumps him, and then feels an immense amount of chakra overwhelming him. He's not in his mind, he's in KCM, not KCM2. He can't go KCM2 without him opening the cage. And Kurama's like, once you let me out of this cage, I can give you my full cooperation and my full power. This is not even a fraction of what I can give you, Naruto. Just remember, this is enough to take out at least 4 tail beasts, and if you get even stronger, maybe even 5. But if I give you my full power, you can take on all the other 8 tail beasts 5 times, 10 times over. So don't worry, one day when you open this cage, when you trust me enough, I'll be able to give you my full cooperation. Naruto was like, as soon as I get the key, I'll open it. Okay, Kurama, I trust you. And Kurama smiles, and he's actually really happy that finally he makes someone who isn't as bad as his other Jinchuriki, like, just stay quiet. Naruto was actually being like friendly to him. He's like, hey Fox, give me your power please. And he doesn't say please, he's being more like bossy, but no one has really asked for his power ever, because they thought that he'd take over, while Naruto was so gutsy. He's like, yeah, give me your power, man's about to die, so like, give me your power or pay rent. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So yeah. Oh, what the hell is that? Anyway, so Naruto is now in the Okage office, and the Anbu actually leaves, and Tsunade stands up and basically goes to Naruto. Shizune is there as well, and she hugs Naruto, saying, I'm so sorry, and starts crying. And Naruto, with his one arm, just saying, Naruto's fully healed right now. Oh my god, I'm bleeding so much. Oh, Jesus, please, no. 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. So Naruto is actually saying it's fine, Granny Tsunade, and Tsunade is like, why are you not calling me Bachan anymore? And Naruto's like, I don't think I have the privilege anymore. I'm not a Leaf Shinobi anymore. There's no need. I mean, we won't be seeing each other for the however many years I'll be gone for, until the Leaf Village allows me back in. And Tsunade is like, I'll try my best. I will find a way. And Shizune just broke up as well. She's like, Naruto, I'm sorry, I couldn't do anything either. And Naruto's like, it's fine, Shizune. And Shizune is like, I hope you're all well. And then Jiraiya walks in, and he's like, wait, what's going on here? Naruto, why do you have a bag? Why are those two crying? And why are you out of the hospital? And Naruto then has to explain, and Jiraiya's like, what the? And he's like, but why? Just why? And then Tsunade says, I don't know. Danzo made up some next up bullshit to banish him, and all the most of the Leaf council members agreed, and he's getting banished. And Jiraiya knows how hard it is to convince the Leaf council once their mind is made up, and so he understands, and he's like, Tsunade, this is none of your fault, but I have to say, the Leaf Village is really corrupted. I wonder if the first to fourth Hokage would have ever imagined for this to happen, especially the third. He used to trust every single one of them. And look at this, kicking out the fourth son, someone who protected the village from the One Tails, someone who actually nearly gave his life up to get back one of the Leaf Shinobi. Sick. I feel sick. I don't want this damn headband anymore. And he gets out the headband, the Leaf headband. He doesn't wear the Leaf headband, but he had it, and he's like, why would I need this? And he actually breaks it. He crunches it up. He has his grip was so strong. He broke it, and it was all crunched up. And then he's like, these damn Leaf Shinobi of ass, and literally throws it out of the window. And Naruto has never seen a Jiraiya this pissed. And once he actually falls to the ground, Kakashi was actually walking past after hearing the news about Naruto getting banished, and he was actually he actually heard that he's in the Hokage's office, and he was actually worried about Naruto. And he's like, where's he gonna go? He's my master's son. I can't just let him go like this. He's the only thing left up of Sensei. And he sees the headband. It's not Naruto. It's no one that he recognizes, but he can see two spikes on it, and he's like, wait, the only person I know with spikes on the headband, it's Jiraiya, Master Jiraiya. Why is his headband all crunched up? Is something happening? And he jumps over, and he sees that Jiraiya is actually consoling Shizune and the rest with Naruto. Naruto is giving a broken smile, like with pain on his face, and he's like, it's fine, I'll be fine. I'll go somewhere and I'll train hard, that the village recognizes me again. And they will need me one day. I'm pretty sure. And Naruto then says, anyway, I better get going. It's about to be time, and I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't hate the villagers. I don't hate the village, but it just disgusts me staying here when I know the Leaf Elders are probably just drinking now, celebrating. And Danzo is actually already planning on attacking Naruto, taking the Nine Tails straight away after he leaves. But he's not planning on seeing Jiraiya there. And also there is a special guest there too. I'm sure you guys would have already understood. And yeah, so Naruto is actually already there. And then out of nowhere he sees the whole Rookie Nine, except for even Sakura. Well, Sakura was actually walking past, and then he sees the full Rookie Nine gathering up. And yeah, so it was like my wife Naruto went dark, but she was actually still pissed off at him. But she's like, why is Naruto with a bag, and why is everyone saddened? And then Naruto is actually kind of sad that Hinata wasn't there, not Sakura. He just doesn't like Sakura at this point. He's like, no, not again. I'm not getting her again. No, I hate her. I don't like her. I don't appreciate her. And then even Kakashi came and said, I'm so sorry, Naruto. If maybe I was there, I could have changed the facts. And Naruto's like, it's fine, Kakashi Sensei. You did your best, and I hope you have a good life from now on. Just please, don't forget me. And a tear falls down his face, and he says goodbye to everyone. Even Neji, Lee, and Tenten were there. Even Neji, even Neji when he's injured. Even Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, all of them were there, and they're like, "We're sorry, we can't really do anything." And they were all sad, and they were tearing up. Well, most of the Sasuke retrieval team were tearing up. Even Lee was like, "No, please don't leave." And even Guy Sensei was there. Naruto, I hope you have a good trip. And this time Naruto's Guy is being serious for the first ever time, and he's like, just remember, train hard and become the best you can. I'm sure one day the Leaf Village will recognize their loss, and they will want you back. And I hope you do well over these past few years, over these next few years. Anyway, have a good trip, and yeah. So, and then Tsunade and the other come out, and she's like, what the hell is happening? And she was walking towards them, and Naruto's like, anyway, I'll be going now. And Jiraiya then says, alright, goodbye everyone. And then he looks back and sees Sakura, and he's like, hey Naruto, wait, Sakura. And then Naruto says, let's go, Jiraiya Sensei, there's no need. And Jiraiya's like, but wait, I saw you had a crush on her. And Naruto's like, well, you want to know what she said to me? And then he says it on the way, and he's like, wow, what a prick. And while they were going, they actually weren't near the Leaf Gates anymore. And then that's when someone called out Naruto's name in a really shy way to the left, and they both looked to the left. And then Hinata was all sweaty with a bag in her hand, and she's like, I'm coming with you too. I don't want to stay with father anymore. And Naruto's like, but why? He's your father. And Hinata says that, Naruto, it's because he voted for you to get banished, and I don't want that. And basically, you know, that little thing. And Naruto's like, but why? Are you sure about this? There's no need to come with us. Like, it's better for you to stay in the village. There's actually no need. And then she confesses to him, and Naruto's whole life changes, because she confesses everything to him, like even when she got saved and everything. And by this time, everyone explained to Sakura, and even Ino explained that if you just listened to Naruto, you could have known this. Sakura, you were really stupid back then. You should have apologized before he left. Why? And Sakura's like, there's still time. And she actually ran out the Leaf Gates, and she was actually, and Tsunade actually was behind her, and she's like, wait, let me take you there. And some Anbu were there too, just because the fifth Hokage just left the village. And yeah, she was following Sakura, saying, wait, it's dangerous, you never know what could happen to you. And then she sees Naruto, Jiraiya, and Hinata jumping away now, you know, ninjaing away, and this is the last time Sakura was able to see Naruto, her last teammate, and yeah, Team 7 is fucked. No return, nothing. Team 7 is fully annulled. Yeah, so Naruto, and Hinata and Jiraiya decide that they'll become strong, and Naruto still hasn't given up on Sasuke. Naruto is still got that mindset that he's going to bring Sasuke back to the village at least, just as his final mission. It's his final leaf mission, because that's what he was trying to do before he got banished. Then Jiraiya understands and says, "You still do respect all the leaf elders, don't you?" And Naruto's not the elders, but the word I made to Granny Tsunade, telling her that I'll never go back on my word, so I won't. I'll bring Sasuke back, and then stay out of the Leaf's way. And by this time, Hiyashi actually realized where Hinata went after shouting at him, and Hiyashi actually hit her, and saying that demon brat shouldn't even be here. And Hinata on the way was told, did ask, why did my father call you a demon brat? And then Naruto explains that the demon, the nine-tail, the Kurama is inside of him. And Jiraiya's like, who's Kurama? And he's like, oh, that's the nine-tail's name. Me and Kurama are friends now. He felt sad that I got banished, so he realized how the Leaf Village was, and he really didn't want that to happen to me. So he actually became my friend, and said and told me that not to worry about anything. If it's about power, he can give it to me, but I don't have the key to open the gate, so he can only give me a portion. And then he goes KCM on will by, and Jiraiya's that, wait, the nine tools working with you, so you can use its chakra, right? And Naruto's like, Kurama, not nine tails. And the Jiraiya says, yeah, nine tails, I mean Kurama. So Naruto's like, yeah, please get right, I don't want you to disrespect my friends. And Hinata's stunned by this, saying that Leaf Village really missed out. And this is when Danzo decides to attack. Danzo really wasn't paying attention to the people behind Naruto. He thought that maybe they were his friends trying to follow him, and he wouldn't mind killing them. But until he actually came out already, and then saw Jiraiya, he's like, oh shit, I fucked up. And Naruto's like, you, Danzo, and basically and Naruto goes into KCM again and attacks Danzo, and he's like, wait, what? And Danzo actually gets punched through the gut. Naruto's actually punched through his gut, and Danzo uses Izanagi and says, you demon brat, what power is that? I can feel malicious intent in that chakra. And the Naruto's getting pissed off even more by seeing this guy's face, and he's like, this dog, kill him. And I don't want to swear there. And Naruto's like, I will indeed, I'll kill him. And then all the army actually appeared, and they're like, don't try to touch Lord Danzo. And Naruto's like, then you might as well just die with him. And then Naruto says, Naruto, he doesn't say, he screams out Rasengan and blows through like 16 Anbu, all the Anbus that were there. And then he's like, Danzo, you want to fight? And Jiraiya's like, what's happening here? And Danzo explains that he will kill all three of them and take the Nine Tails power. And Naruto's like, you really think you can take Kurama's strength? And then Danzo keeps using Izanagi. Hinata actually blocks some of his chakra points, and she actually gets slapped away. And then Naruto catches her and says, you're right. And Hinata's like, yeah. And then Naruto roars and basically lets out his bloodlust. And while this was all happening, Sakura and Tsunade were going back to the village, and then they hear the roar that Naruto gave, and they're like, wait, that was Naruto. And they head to Naruto again, where they heard the roar. And then by the time they actually arrived, they were actually all gone, and 17 bodies were found. Danzo's body, and a 16 Anbu. Danzo tried to use his trump card, but Jiraiya didn't allow it, saying Sage Art, Toad Oil, and then said Fire Style. Sage Art, great fire, great Sage Fire, and he lets out Mad Fire and burns Danzo to a crisp. So Danzo is fully black. No, I'm joking. That's kind of racist. He's just burnt up and he's dead because he used Izanagi way too many times because of the KCM and Sage mode, and the chakra points closed because Hinata did the train over the few weeks that this happened between. So yeah, Naruto and Hinata and Jiraiya head towards a secluded mountain, and then Jiraiya's like, alright, come close, and then he does the reverse summon jutsu, and they're all in Mount Myoboku, and Naruto's like, where are we? And then Jiraiya's like, this is where we will be training for the next foreseeable future, and this is the 2-year gap here. So while this Naruto and Hinata actually trained hard over these 2 years, and Naruto has actually mastered the KCM 2 form, Kurama avatar, and he also added the chakra nature to all 5 chakra natures. He has all of them. He has now the vanishing Rasengan, the Rasen Shuriken. He has he can throw it as well. Also he has the earth spike ball Rasengan, which actually turns like once he explodes, a shit ton of spikes, sorry I swear it again, a ton of spikes stab the opponent. Also the water prison Rasengan and the water needle jutsu, water needle Rasengan. The needles, he learned them from he actually got the idea from the Haku Senbones, you know, those needle things, and also the Fireball Rasengan, which turns into a massive fireball, even greater than the Great Fireball Jutsu. And yeah, so Jiraiya knows all of them except for the vanishing one. There's also Hinata learned the Rasengan because she's OP as fuck now. I keep swearing. Okay, this is the only video because I know some of you actually like me cursing because you found it funny. But yeah, so she knows the Rasengan. She only knows 2 types though, since she only has I believe water and lightning. So she knows the 3 types of Rasengan: the vanishing one and the 2 water Rasengan. So there's water prison Rasengan, which actually explodes and becomes into a water prison, which you can actually keep without even touching it, and also the water needle Rasengan, which even if which you can actually, if you have the poison, you can actually put the poison in the Rasengan, or like Naruto, he actually learned Sage mode, and also Jiraiya mastered Sage mode, and what's her name? So Hinata actually was really close, and she was like a week or 2 of training, say in Sage mode from mastering it, and yeah, so 2 more weeks pass, and their training is fully over because they all know perfect Sage mode. They know a ton of Rasengans. Also Naruto knows how to Naruto actually learned this technique that Jiraiya and Hinata couldn't, because they didn't have wind and lightning. And also he actually told Hinata that she can do the Rasen Shuriken, just that it can be water style, and they can do it with all the types, and Hinata can actually do it. And the special Rasengan that Naruto was talking about is that it's the vanishing Rasen Shuriken, which he can do with water, all the types, since he has lightning release. But the only person who can't do it is Jiraiya. He's kind of bummed out, but he has all the other Rasengan types. And also Jiraiya has a little technique of his own. He has the fire wind Rasen Shuriken, which is actually a engulfed in fire Rasen Shuriken, which actually annihilates their opponent and leaves an AOT attack on effect. No wait, AOT. I forgot the meaning. 1 second. I meant DOT, damage over time, and AOE, which means area of effect, which means that once the Rasen Shuriken explodes, it will be all fiery. So the area that the Rasen Shuriken covered, the surface area, will be all fiery and will actually burn them. And Naruto can do that too. Hinata can't, since she doesn't have it. And this was a lot of training, and Naruto and Jiraiya actually come out. Well, Naruto, Jiraiya, and Hinata actually come out 6 months prior Naruto's actual return to the village, and they realize they actually hear a lot of Jiraiya actually left his spy network for 2 years straight, and he's like, you guys will do it on your own because I'm going to train my 2 new students. And they're like, sure, why not? And once he gets the intel, he realizes that all the Jinchuriki are in big trouble because they are about to lose all their lives, because the Akatsuki has gathered S rank Kage level, Biju level fighters just to capture them. And Naruto then is like, wait, if I'm safe with you guys, wouldn't that mean that we can keep all the other tail beasts safe? And isn't there a reason why? I'm just saying, Naruto got a shizer ton of smart of brains because of Sage Mode, and also him understanding a lot of new things. And he also feels a different chakra inside of him, a chakra that he's never felt before. It's Ashura's chakra, of course, and he actually understands Sasuke in a better way, in a way that he's never understood him before, and also kind of understands his pain. And Jiraiya is also told that they actually found some information about the Akatsuki leader, and that he has the Rinnegan. And Naruto and Jiraiya's like, wait, the Rinnegan? Oh no. Oh, please, no. Don't tell me it's who I think it is. And, yeah, so, you know, he thinks it's Nagato. And then Jiraiya's like, and then Naruto's like, wait, we should do something. How about we try to help the Jinchuriki? How about we try to help them and save their lives? If we save their lives, we'll all be friends. And also, they won't die. And, also Naruto is already friends with Gaara, so they, oh shit, sorry guys, I'm walking around while I'm recording and I hit something. So Naruto's like, we should head to Gaara first, I'm sure. If and Naruto just has a hunch because of his sage intelligence, and also they all three of them have a hunch that maybe they'll have to seal all the tail beasts one by one, from weakest to strongest, from 1 tails to 9 tails, because if not, they would have actually all came, well, if not Itachi, Kisame, instead of just Itachi and Kisame attacking Naruto 2 years ago, it should have been the Akatsuki leader and Itachi and Kisame, so they could have captured him and sealed him away. So if they just retreated just because, there must have been a reason. And yeah, so there is a reason. They just wanted to capture Naruto and seal him somewhere that he can't do anything, and then once it's his turn to get sealed away, since he's the 9 tails and he was just a kid when they captured him, he didn't learn much inside inside the little prison he was in, so it'll be easier to seal him away. He won't put up much of a fight against them, so Naruto would get sealed away easily. But of course, and that didn't happen. So Naruto, Hinata, and Jiraiya have a new mission, and Jiraiya's like, you guys have to keep working while we try to save the Jinchurikis. Our new mission is to save the Jinchuriki, and then we'll handle Orochimaru. And they're like, yes sir. And so they all disperse, and Naruto and Jiraiya and Hinata are actually 6 days away from the Kazekage. So Naruto actually arrives there in a week, because they did take a few breaks. They didn't do it non-stop. They took like they took over a week, like 9 days, because they did take a lot of breaks. Like every 2 days they took a break. Well, in those 2 days they did take like eating breaks, of course. They just stopped at a town nearby. So yeah, they arrive and they're actually let in because Naruto is actually a friend of the Kazekage. And I'll say that when Naruto said, leave Shinobi, and then they saw Jiraiya, since they still have an alliance with them, they're like, yeah, you can come in, but these two can't, because they are considered as the rogue shinobi. Because after Danzo's death, the Leaf Elders considered Naruto and Hinata as rogue ninjas, because Hinata was actually one of them. They wanted to consider Jiraiya as a rogue ninja as well, but if they consider Jiraiya as a rogue ninja, that means he will find out and he won't cooperate with them anymore. And Jiraiya's already pissed off, but even if they made him a rogue ninja, he doesn't care. He will still cooperate because Tsunade is the 5th Hokage, and he still has a crush on her. So, yeah, the Leaf Elders only made Hinata and Naruto rogue ninjas, and Jiraiya made a commotion which actually caught the attention of the higher ups, and even the Kazekage himself and Sand siblings come, and Gaara's eyes brighten up. He's like, Naruto, you came to visit. And Naruto's like, yeah, of course I came to visit. You are my friend, right? And basically Gaara goes in for a hug because he hasn't seen him in 2 years. And he did hear about what happened to him, and he's really sad for him. And he's like, Naruto, even if you're not a Leaf Shinobi anymore, you can become a Sand Shinobi at any time you want. You're always welcomed here. And Naruto's like, I'll think about it, but right now we have something serious to talk about. And they don't want to say it out loud, and so they go into an office, and Naruto actually explains, because Naruto is actually real smart here, so he can explain it properly. And Jiraiya actually gives the facts about the Akatsuki. They found out that one of them is a puppet user, one of them is Itachi Uchiha, one of them Kisame, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Also, the leader has the Rinnegan, and they all and that's all they have of them right now. And so they only have information about 4 of the Akatsuki members, the leader Itachi, and Kisame, and also Sasori. They don't know it's Sasori, they just know it's a puppet user. So they actually need, in case those 4 actually attack him, they need countermeasures. And Naruto's like, I can counter Itachi Uchiha. After all, I feel like Itachi could have killed Sasuke in that moment when Sasuke was strangled by him. Itachi could have killed him in the spot, but there must have been a reason. Let's not try to kill Itachi. Let's get intel out of him. He's a Leaf Shinobi, and there must be a reason why he didn't kill his younger brother. And Naruto has a deep understanding of love right now. Well, especially because over these past 2 years, he got to reflect over why Itachi didn't kill Sasuke, and why the only survivor is Sasuke, and why the Itachi massacred the clan. And he also added 1 + 1. Itachi loves Sasuke, so he wouldn't kill him, and he understands that Itachi must have done this for a reason. And when he attacked the Leaf Village and there was no Hokage, the only one to stop him was Might Guy, but he doesn't know Might Guy's true strength. Only Jonins do, about the 8th gate. And he's like, he could have actually killed Kakashi Sensei, but he didn't. There must be a true reason why Itachi hasn't killed so many ninjas. He could have killed Sasuke, someone who can actually become just as strong as him. He's a prodigy. Kakashi Sensei, someone who's a threat to them anyways. He's so strong. Also, Might Guy, they could have killed him. As all I know about him is the 8 gates, but I don't know how strong they can be. And Jiraiya's like, the 8th gate is way stronger than what you think, Naruto. I know you never heard of this, but the 8th gate gives you power. There is a saying that the power that the 8th gate allows you to have, the 8th gate gives you powers that matches the Sage of 6 Paths. And Naruto knows the Sage of 6 Paths. He heard stories from the great Elder Sage, and he's like, wait, what? And he realizes that Might Guy is actually the strongest out of every single one of the Leaf Shinobi, since he can actually have the power of this, power that rivals the Sage of 6 Paths. But that's not true. According to the anime, he actually had power that nearly killed Madara, but of course Madara was just joking around. If he was serious, he would have just killed him on the spot. He would have just used his light speed lightning blowing technique and cut his head off straight away as soon as he tried to attack him. And but of course he was just joking around. But it is said that his power is close to the 10 tails. He wouldn't be able to beat the 10 tails at full strength, but a Jinchuriki, maybe Obito, would have actually got injured enough that everyone could have finished him off. Anyone with Sage Mode with a massive power massive attack could have killed him. Yeah, that could have happened, but of course it didn't. So Naruto actually understands that Itachi must. So they understand. I mean, they understand that Itachi must have an ulterior motive, why he's not killing. He wasn't killing anyone, and he's not known to be killing anyone from the Leaf except for the Uchiha massacre. But there must have been a reason behind this, and a reason why he left Sasuke alive. So, they understand that, like, if he attacks, though, you can never know. Maybe different ninjas that we don't know anything about might attack us. So 6 months have passed, and there have been ninjas from the Leaf actually coming to the sand to give information and everything. So these ninjas that came to give intel or something, yeah, they actually noticed Naruto around the village, actually sometimes just walking around with Hinata, and they were actually smiling and everything, and they're like, wait, what? What's this kid doing here? I've been here 100 times and I haven't seen him. What the fuck? And they actually report this to the Hokage, and the Hokage is like, wait, what? And she actually sends a letter to the Kazekage, and the Kazekage replies by saying, oh yeah, they arrived to my village a few 2 months ago, and they've been living here ever since. Even Lord Jiraiya has been here for a while, 2 months, just as like them, and apparently they came back from their training, and yeah, so they've been staying here ever since. And Tsunade is like, what the hell, why didn't they come back to the village? And because she wanted to see them, and then she sends a letter back saying that she would like to meet them, and if they could come and visit them, and the Kazekage, that's sure, I told them, and they said okay. So the next week, the next week, 3 ninjas walked through the gates, and the two guards, they actually smiled because they saw Naruto walking like, yeah, back again. Yeah, so they're like, huh, look who's back. And they see Hinata's like, oh my god, she's been with them? Wow, mad. And over this time, Hayashi has actually changed a lot, realizing that he made a mistake by choosing what he thought was the most trivial thing over the most moral thing. So yeah, he was actually reflecting, and Hinata actually went off to visit her father and see how he's been doing, because she was kind of worried, since Hinata is still a warm-hearted person. So she goes off and she actually sees Hanabi training with Neji, and Hanabi goes to hug her sister, crying and saying, why did she leave me? I missed you so much. And Neji really didn't mind it, because he knew she must have been with Naruto, and she explained to Neji where she's been this whole time, and all the things she's learned. And Neji was really impressed and says, do you want to try and fight me? And she's like, yeah, sure. And Neji got pummeled. He got annihilated because Hinata was too strong. I'm joking. Neji actually put up a real good fight. Hinata only was able to beat him because of her sage mode training, and she actually knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu. She can't do as many, but she was actually able to leave one. She was actually able to make like 3, and Neji was able to take out 2 of them. And he got mixed into a fight with the real one that he completely forgot about the 3rd one, and then says, alright Neji, you lose. Hinata says, alright Neji, you lose. And then something poofs, and he looks back and sees the smoke, and then Hinata's around Hinata's eyes appear a pigment, an orange pigment, and her taijutsu, her blows were at least exponentially stronger. And Neji's like, alright, I give up, I can't take one more. If I do, I'll die. And Hinata apologizes, saying I went overboard. And Neji's like, no problem. You're really strong, Lady Hinata. Amazing. I never knew someone could get this strong in just 2 years. And Hinata's like, you can get just as strong as me if you just go through the same training. If you want to, you could. But Neji's like, no, there's no need. I'd rather keep the family training regimen instead. And Hinata's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. And Neji's like, no, you're the first one who's brave enough to change. I'm still a coward. And Neji was really hurt. Like, he wasn't hurt. He was more like out of breath. And he's and Hinata's like, tell me after, and get a rest. And then, while this was all happening, Hayashi was watching everything, and he was crying. He's like, Hinata, you're back. And yeah, so Hayashi actually runs up to her and hugs her and says, I'm so sorry for the 2 years ago, and I didn't. I was wrong. I shouldn't have chose the trivial reason. I should have chose the moral one. And yeah, so Hinata forgives him, and Hayashi says, do you want to come back to the Leaf Village? And Hinata's like, well, as long as Naruto is not back, I'm not sure I can. And just saying, Naruto won't come back. He's just here to visit. So Hayashi actually has the forgiveness of Tsunade. I mean, not Tsunade, of Hinata, and Hinata forgives. He allows Hinata to stay with Naruto because he thought that every Hyuga should marry another Hyuga because they want to keep the bloodline pure. But of course, Hinata loves Naruto, and Hayashi understands and says, no problem. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. It's not my life. Even you, Neji, and Hanabi, if you guys don't want to become Hanabi, if you don't want to become a ninja, you don't have to anymore. And Hanabi is that, I want to be just like elder sister and elder brother Neji, and older sister and elder brother Neji. And Hayashi was really happy that at least his daughter wants to become strong just like her two older siblings, and they're actually a really good family now. And yeah, while this was happening, Naruto and Jiraiya actually arrived at the Hokage tower, the Hokage office. And while this was when they arrived, they actually get greeted by a ninja, and a random ninja in the Anbu. And the ninja actually attacks Naruto, and Naruto dodges and punches him in the gut, and then basically flips in the air, not in the air, so on his side, and he just spins around and kicks back heel kicks the ninja in the face and says, just, what are you trying to do, Kakashi sensei? And Kakashi's like, damn, you already noticed. And Naruto's like, yeah, as soon as I got one blow in, I noticed who you really were. And then Kakashi poofs, and it was just a log. And Naruto's like, wow, didn't notice that was a substitution. Well, I guess I still have things to learn. And Jiraiya's like, you should have known, Naruto. And Naruto's like, I wasn't in the mood. I was happier to see that Kakashi sensei was still here. And Kakashi is happy to see that his student, not his student anymore, but his ex-student is this strong now, and he's grateful to Jiraiya, to Master Jiraiya. He's thank you, Master Jiraiya. You taught Sensei's son amazingly, and my ex-student. And Jiraiya's like, he's still your student, you can still teach him things. He is more than capable to learn your techniques right now. And Kakashi takes that to account and says, maybe I can write a few scrolls down for him and give them to him so he might learn something. And he had them ready just in case already. And Jiraiya's like, well, you were prepared. And Kakashi was like, I've been told by Lady Tsunade that you guys were gonna come in a week. And yeah, so Kakashi gives them to Naruto. There were like 6 of them. One of them had actually the Chidori, but Naruto, of course, will have to make his own type of technique. And Naruto's like, thank you. And Naruto's actually a lot taller here. Taller. Taller than, he's the same height as the original. Just a bit shorter, but what I mean by taller is what Kakashi sees. He's much taller than 2 years ago. And Naruto smiles and says, anyway, let's go in. I want to go see Bachan or Granny's Tsunade. And they walk in to see Tsunade. And I was about to say Granny Tsunade myself, but Tsunade, she's not Granny, she's fat material anyway. I'm joking, she's best girl. They see Tsunade and Shizune, and Tsunade says, welcome back, Naruto and Jiraiya. And And then she's like, where's Hinata? And Naruto is like, oh, she went to say hello to her family. And she's like, alright. Anyways, welcome back. Have you all been? And Naruto explains. Naruto says good, and then she's like, anyways, how's your training gone, Naruto? And Naruto's like, how did you not train? And Jiraiya's like, oh yeah, remember those times that I actually came out of Mount Myoboku? And Naruto's like, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, I wrote letters to Tsunade, and he's like, lovebirds. And they both blush, and Tsunade actually punches Naruto in the head. He's like, what was that for? And then Jiraiya punched him as well. He's like, what was that for, both of yous? And they're like, never call us lovebirds. And Naruto's like, you now look more like my parents or my grandparents. And they punch him at the same time. He's like, god damn it, you might as well just get married now. And one more time, and Naruto's on the floor with three punch. You know what, in anime what happens, yeah. So that thing, three of them stacked on top of each other. And so they reminisce, and well, they talk about what happened in the village and how people have gone stronger. And then Tsunade brings up Sakura, how she's been training hard to show you, and to show that she was in the wrong, and she wants to show that this time, if if they found Sasuke, she was gonna be the one who will bring him back. And she wants to apologize to you. That's what Tsunade told Naruto. Naruto's like, there's no need. I believe that she was just angry that day. There's really no need. But I'm just a bit too embarrassed to go up to her, especially after that, not even saying goodbye to her. And then Tsunade is like, you hear that, Sakura? He doesn't hate you. And Naruto's like, wait, what? And Jiraiya's like, you're an idiot, Naruto. You were so happy to see everyone that you couldn't even sense Sakura. And Naruto's like, god damn it. And Jiraiya's like, some sensory ninja. Naruto's like, I'm a better sensory ninja than you. And Jiraiya's like, huh? And Naruto's like, you're a stealth ninja. I'm a sensory ninja. And Jiraiya's like, yeah, oh yeah, true. And Sakura begs for Naruto's forgiveness, and Naruto says, face me when you say sorry. And there's no need. I was the one who got too emotional over it, and I understand where you were coming from. You I don't know how to explain it. Guys, help me. Let me write this. Wait, 1 second. You were just frustrated, Sakura. There's no need to apologize. Anyway, and then he asks how she's been, and she's I've been training her a lot just to show you that I can get stronger. Naruto's like, what kind of training did you do? And then Tsunade's like, she's been training under me, of course. And Naruto's like, wow. I wonder what she's been learning. Probably punching people. And Tsunade's like, what'd you say, brat? And Naruto's like, sorry, Bachan. And Tsunade was really happy that she heard this, and she's like, you finally called me that again. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, didn't notice. I guess I was just so happy anyway. And then she's like, oh, I'm a medical ninja now. And Naruto's like, oh, that's nice. So now you can heal me whenever we go on missions. And then Sakura's like, are you coming back to the village? And Naruto's like, nah, it was just a joke, because I still don't have the privilege to come back. And right now, I am on a mission, a long one to be honest. And he gives a painful smile because he really wants to return to the village, but his mission is more important for his happiness. It comes before his happiness. That's what I meant. And then they're like, what mission? And then Jiraiya explains to them. Naruto confirms it, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to stop the Akatsuki from capturing all the other Jinchuriki, because I know they must have gone through everything I've gone through, all the hate. And even if they didn't, I know how they feel to have a Jinchuriki inside of them, the pressure. And he knows that some Jinchuriki are actually perfect Jinchurikis. And yeah, so Yagura will Yagura, the third Mizukage, right? Yeah, Mizukage. Jiraiya actually went to him, and over these past few months, and Jiraiya actually found out that he was in a strong genjutsu, and he actually released him from it. And Yagura was grateful, and then that's why the Mist actually wanted a peace treaty with the sand and the leaf. And That's why I don't know. They didn't understand, but they just accepted it because they don't want to fight against the mist, especially because they had a perfect Jinchuriki and Konoha didn't right now, and so. Then Naruto explains to them that he's a perfect Jinchuriki as well, and then he shows them his Kurama chakra mode, KCM2, and he's like, and everyone was in awe, and Naruto's like, anyway, I want to go visit the others, so, and then Tsunade's like, you can do that tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be staying here for a week, and Naruto's like, oh yeah, true, but isn't it better now instead of later? And then you can see them later. I'll arrange a little party for you, but right now there's something I want you to do. And then Naruto's like, what? And may I know what that is? And then he hears two bells, and then uh, Kakashi gives him and Sakura both an nice smile, and Sakura and Naruto look at each other and like, all right, let's do this. And yeah, so they everyone that was in the thing, even Hinata came and they actually started the bell test, and they had until sunset, and Naruto and Sakura already knew that it's about teamwork and it's not about just one individual person. Naruto could actually take the bells easily, but he knows he has to work with Sakura, so what he does is that he makes 3 shadow clones, which actually make Kakashi use the Sharingan already, because they're pretty strong, and these shadow clones are all Jonin level, high tier Jonin level, literally Kakashi level right now, and they're not in Sage mode, so Kakashi was able to annihilate all 3 of them easily, even though they're his same level, but that's in Taijutsu. And Kakashi actually used ninjutsu on them, easy win, and they didn't even have a chance to use anything because they weren't meant to. Naruto didn't send them there to actually attack Kakashi. They were just a diversion for him to actually tell the plan. And then Kakashi's like, pretty good taijutsu, Naruto, and then basically he has to dodge because Sakura came in with a massive ground shattering punch, and Naruto's like, you shouldn't be letting your guard down, Kakashi sensei. And Naruto actually nearly takes the bells, but Kakashi actually was able to turn around and actually kick Naruto in the face with the back of his feet, well, back heel, and Naruto went flying, and this is when Naruto actually turned into a wind. Yes, Naruto's substitution thing is wind. He actually turns into like clouds, because not clouds, like steam, vapor. Remember water vapor? I'm pretty sure clouds are made out of water vapor. So yeah, he turns into water vapor, and then Kakashi's like, wait, what? And it's like Zabuza's hidden mist, hidden mist jutsu, and Kakashi's like, wait, what the hell? And yeah, so Naruto was like, yeah, that's what you get. And so Naruto actually takes one of the both the bells from Kakashi, because Naruto was so fast, and even Kakashi's Sharingan was barely able to keep up. And by the time he was actually able to stop Naruto, but then realized that this was a fake. It was actually a clone, because he stopped him with the kunai, stabbed him in the head, and he's like, wait, what? Naruto would never allow me to do that. And basically then he poofed and checks his bells, and they're gone. And then Naruto says wind style, wind tornado, and not wind tornado, wind wave, and he actually just stomps, and a massive wind, like how do I say it? 1 second, guys. A stream of wind, you know how a stream goes bare fast in that, yeah, like that. And yeah, a breeze, there we go, that's the word I was searching for. A breeze of wind takes away the vapor, and Naruto's like, here they are. And Naruto gave one to Sakura, and Sakura was actually one to help the most, because she was the one who actually confused Kakashi and put him on caught him off guard, and Naruto was able to do the rest, because why not? And Naruto didn't take all the credit. He's like, maybe I might have got the bells, but the ones that I might have made the diversion and got the bells, but Sakura was the real game player here, the game changer here, because she's the one who caught you off guard, and then I was able to get the bells off you. And Kakashi says, well done, you two, really well done, amazing. And that's where I'm going to end off. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please subscribe to me, and please like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment down below if you enjoyed this part. One more thing, just saying, Naruto's still not back in the village. He doesn't. He actually hates all the Leaf Elders, not the council. Well, most of the council except for Hayashi now, because well, he will meet Hayashi, and Hayashi will apologize anyway. So also, I made the gaming channel. If you guys want to subscribe, you can go to my community posts, and yeah, you can find it there. I'll try to put a link in the description if I can be asked. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs there. Also, before I leave, join my Discord server, link in the description below. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, all links in the description below. Subscribe to Retreat and Miniman123, all links in the description below. And my channel, all link in the description below. Please take care, stay safe. Also, this was King of Weebs, and peace.